No, don't say. Yes, actually, fuck. I'm stupid. Save. Yes, save. Hello, I got a new mic. I mean, it's kind of obvious I got a new mic by how different it sounds. Anyways, I'm gonna go to my YouTube to see how it sounds. Okay, that's cool. I ain't listening. No, don't say. Yes, actually, fuck. I'm stupid. Save. Yes, save. Oh my god, that sounds so much worse. I sound so worse. I sound so much more worse. Oh my god, that sounds so much worse. Okay, hold on. Let me just test something. Hello? Alright, there. So we got the mic working. Alright. No, I don't want to do that. Create a server. Public. Actually, I didn't want to do public. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. So I already fumbled it, which is average, not good. It's not really anything good. I can't even buy anything. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. I can't really argue about it. It's pretty good. Like, what am I talking about? It's not good. I mean, it's not good nor bad, but whatever, I don't care. Alright. I'm stupid. Probably Fate. Yeah, that one. Breathe.
Yes, like you see, there's two weird creatures in my world. Well, I mean, they look like the players, like me, but actually, I'm playing single player, dude. Yes, and I saw many Minecraft ARGs about the strange things happening in the player's world.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm alive. Why do you keep going in front? I didn't get like the front thing at all. Damn. Get endurance. That'd be pretty good for later. Lizard. Oh, these all suck. Oh wait, no, this one's not bad. It's only just me, so if I die once, I'm kind of cooked. Oh my god, there's another. Wait, no, is this old or new? Hold on. Oh my god, there is another video. They're quick with these. Wow. Oh, what the? Sorry. 13 years later got me so off guard. I don't know. I don't know if that means they're taking a break, maybe. You're sure you're not just yet then. See you soon. Maybe like a break for now. Is what I'm guessing. This is maybe like a break. Maybe. It's a reach. Oh, I love talking to myself. I don't know. With these like later videos, I feel like media right now has kind of been like in the influence of Sion, maybe, or just been trusting her a lot and making sure like everyone is protected. I don't know exactly. I'm not the best with theory craft, but that's what I'm guessing. It's something, but not the best. It's something though.
Yeah, kind of a little boring, isn't it? Because actually, I haven't seen those two MDs during that time, so maybe they are gone or something. I don't know.
Oh crap!
To be honest, I hope to see them again. Like, you know.
Oh, I'm so cooked. Wait. Oh, I already got it. Oh, the clock guy might come out. I'm not ready for that one. It's a straight line right now, right? Oh. No way. I'm risking that. Oh, thank God. I'm not even gonna try to figure out what that means. Oh, that's nice. Oh, you thing. Okay. Not the best of grades, but I have to take him. Oh my god. Oh, I have 2? Oh, thank god I don't have, like, multiple. I'm not, I have multiple. And luckily I don't have more than, like, 2. Oh, no. I'm gonna do it. Oh, hi, Sergeant. I didn't even know you were here. Hi. Well, apparently you know about Scion now. Oh! I don't know. I'm doing whatever. You know, that does remind me. I do think the creator messaged, I don't know if that's the creator. I don't really, it could be just a random guy. Or girl. I don't know. Contact the message. Oh, boo! Wait, can't I just, like... Oh, wow, it's just gone. Okay, the message is gone. What did you do? I can't even, like, see the message anymore. It's, like, gone. What did you do? I can't see the message anymore. What did you do? Okay, alright. Well, hi. I don't really else what to say, I guess. Hi, I guess. I end it. Okay. Okay, sounds well, that's cool. I guess if you want to, you can just join. I don't really care if you do or not. You already have the code, so. Ooh, yes, investment is really good to have. I don't want another Floxy. Oh, yes! Bombs now deal choices. I don't know. Maybe I should make this smaller so I can see chat if I ever need to. I could just watch the video later, but Ooh, come on! Oh, let's go! ShopNet. I don't really need that. Coin magnet. This makes me wonder, though. I don't think the Christmas video has anything crazy in it, though. Okay, the Christmas video is just a Christmas video, I think.
Never really tasted not a lot. And I
Wait, wait. Oh my god. Alright. Back to the game. Yeah, I ain't risking it, bruh. I don't even want to try with a mine. God, why am I so fast immediately? That was not good. Such a, like, quick turns. I did not like that. Why am I so dirty? Here we go. It's a goal. Ooh, the fuck! I didn't want to buy it. I didn't want to spend $1,000 on this, bro. Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to spend that much. I really want to keep talking about this, but at the same time, I have to keep playing the game since I had streaming with slop on the side. Ooh. So fast. I don't know why I all of a sudden get a speed boost now, but okay. Meow.
Bro, I'm so good at hide and seek. They were definitely good.
Oh, I almost hit Ron there. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh! Ah! Okay. I'm really trying to look at the video while playing this game. Well, I mean, like, I don't really need to look at the game. Not the game, the video. Holy crap! Holy crap! Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy. Why? Why am I like this? Why did I have to do it? Oh yeah, wait, for money. Enhanced footwear. Oh, shoot! I need to save for that later.
So, is this where you had your first day with Utopia?
Oh, shit, that's so rare.
What about me? Bro. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? Bro, do something. Dude, what the fuck?
We're just gonna get this out of the way right at the beginning. I feel like I can be honest with you. This was supposed to be an easy video. I get lazy sometimes, and this was supposed to be a simple and really quick idea just so I could...
Everything hurts. And no one will know. They won't know. No one is here. No one's watching these videos. And no one will know. How far am I? Oh, I beat my record. W. Oh, yes! So wait, is it for one time only? Damn! Okay, so now I can get the magma thing without being so worried about it.
could put something in for the upload schedule. And I mean truly, what could be dumber than this? This was only supposed to be 6 or 7 minutes of me making fun of emojis that I found online. Cat crying with tears of joy. Now isn't that comical? I was hoping to make this entire thing from start to finish within 1 or 2 days. Yeah, it became so much more than that. I have spent the last 2 weeks researching internet history and encoding standards in Japanese pop culture and ancient Greek writing practices and the complexity of linguistics in the 4 developer subcategories of phone makers and the depth of human emotion itself. And for what? For this? I'm a bit of a broken man. I can admit that. This is such a dumb topic for which I have wasted dozens of hours of my life that I will never get back. With that being said, we have so much to talk about. Real-life, in-person communication is a complicated thing. There are classes and entire degrees on the subject. I assume. I don't really know what a communications major does, but I'm assuming that's what it is, right? If not, I have so many other questions, and there are so many factors to it that we maybe don't always give thought to. Sure, there is verbal communication, but the words we're saying are really only one piece of a bigger puzzle. Your body language, tone of voice, gestures, twitches, volume, eye contact, these are all forms of nonverbal communication that, along with the spoken word, tell us.
What did I do? Why is there nothing here? There's nothing! There's nothing! moving this up here.
Story. For example, consider the following phrase. What does that mean? While I'm sure you understand the meaning of the words, understanding the emotions behind them, I mean, that could be more difficult because this could mean anything. No way! No way. No way. The nonverbal cues are a fundamental part of day-to-day communication. They're a part of our recipe. So you take some of those key ingredients out, and you're not getting the same results. So you take away the rich ingredients of communication, and you're left with no way. No way. No way. That is not the same thing. Plain text may convey messages, but it may not properly communicate the thoughts behind them. Written text has a long history of trying to be understood beyond the words written. In ancient Greek, this is what written text often looked like. It looked regal, elegant, the thinking man's literature. No, it was a pretentious jumble of words that made no sense. Now, none of us speak ancient Greek, so we probably don't think about it, but have you noticed how there's no punctuation? Or spaces, or lowercase anywhere here? Scriptio continua is a style of writing that thinks that it's too good for any of those things, and it was very common among the ancient Greeks and Romans. The modern English equivalent being something along the lines of from this to this.
If I didn't fall, I'd be
It's a
fine,
lot
but
less
okay.
readable, right? That wasn't until about the 3rd century when Greek librarian and scholar Aristophanes decided that's dumb and invented the first form of rudimentary punctuation. Punctuation allows the spoken word to be understood in silence. Instead of just assuming where one idea stops and the next starts, the author just tells you. And while this undeniably helped with the clarity of the message, what did it do to convey the emotion behind it? From my point of view, besides the exclamation point and skillful use of the question mark, it would seem that formal punctuation only serves to explain the what of what was said, not the how or why of what was said. That isn't to say there were no attempts at such ideas. Punctuation like the percontation mark, the snark, and the interrobang, all of which are funny words to say, were all attempts at better conveying emotions through punctuation, but they never really caught on mainstream. So with that, we're right back at where we started. What does this mean? Now, this was the exact issue back in 1982 at Carnegie Mellon, where on a student-teacher forum, joke messages were getting lost in translation with serious messages. People just couldn't tell the difference because, again, plain text, I don't know what this means exactly. That wasn't until computer scientist Scott Fahlman proposed a simple solution to solve the problem. He was able to change the course of digital communication with 3 simple keystrokes. Huh. No way. Yes, while Fahlman believed that this comical proposal would be short-lived, within a year, it had gone global. Emoticons had taken off, and it's not entirely difficult to see why. For one thing, they worked. Plain text now had character and individuality. I mean, really, who of us hasn't used :P, less than sign : open parentheses, and of course, XD? I haven't. Because I wasn't born in the 80s. Nobody does that anymore. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I grew up watching Disney XD, and I did not understand the joke until much later in my life. Emoticons are boring and lame in the eyes of the modern person. I need something that's far more expressive, something that's really gonna show exactly how I'm feeling, exactly the way I'm feeling it. What is one to do in such a predicament? The only thing we can do in such situations, we turn to the Japanese. The idea of the emoticon had already been adopted and expounded upon by the Japanese advent of the cowmoji, which is like an emoticon for people who really want to prove to you that they're better than you at emoticons. And it was these humble symbols that set the stage for the next era of visual communication in the digital world. Yay! We're at the point where we're talking about the whole point of this video. Woo! The word emoji came into use around the late 90s. And as you can probably assume, seeing how emoji and emotion are so close to each other in name, and that emojis are used to convey emotions, it's pretty obvious that the word emoji has almost nothing to do with the word for emotion. No, actually, the word emoji comes from 2 different Japanese words, which I am sure I'm about to mess up the pronunciation of. Meaning picture, and moji, meaning character. Now, the creation of the emoji is generally credited to Shiketaka Kurita in 1999 for use under the Japanese mobile character NTT Docomo. There is no way I pronounced any of that right, but we will continue. They were 176 12 by 12 pixel images that were meant to enhance communication. Fun fact, you can go see the original 176 in a permanent installation at the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. And looking at it, I don't know how to confirm this information, but I don't see any people emoji. There's no faces? Really? You have 5 for different phases of the moon. No laughing emoji. That's weird. Emoji grew in popularity, and soon different companies were coming up with their own different emoji sets. By the late 2000s, it had become abundantly clear that emoji was no passing fad. It was a part of digital communication, and it needed to be standardized. Why? Quick question, this is going to sound dumb, but how does your computer know what A is? Why is it that no matter what phone, iPad, computer, or anything else that you use or send something to, a 7 always shows up as a 7, an @ symbol always shows up as an @ symbol, or the Chinese character for cat always shows up as itself? That Chinese character being pronounced as... There's no way it's pronounced.
Lol.
Are you serious? How do they all come up the same so consistently? Unicode, baby! Founded in January of 1991, Unicode serves as an international standard for characters on computers. No matter where you go, this will always show up as that. So really, your computer doesn't know what A is, it knows the hexadecimal code U plus 0041, which it uses to interpret as A. Every character you see on a computer has one, and as emojis increased in popularity over time, it became abundantly clear that they too would need an international standard. And so after receiving proposals from both Apple and Google, Unicode finally agreed to standardize emojis for computers the world over. And now every emoji in use has a code that can be recognized by computers everywhere. And Unicode has a list of those codes publicly for anybody to see on the internet. A list of codes that anybody can look up at any time for video research for any topic, no matter how useless or dumb or waste of time it might be. Faced with theme from nodes, U plus 1F624. Index pointing at the viewer, U plus 1F AF5. Red apple, U plus 1F 34E, not to be confused with green apple, which is U plus 1F 34F. To answer your question, I haven't been sleeping well the past few days. Why do you ask? Also, did you know you can just like make your own emoji? Did you know that? And no, I'm not talking about Apple's like new AI prompt-based, you come up with your own emoji for iOS 18. No, that's cheating. We're not talking about that. I mean, you can like tell Unicode you have an idea for an emoji and they will accept it, and then like they'll make a code for it, and then every phone will have it. Like you can do that, like your idea, and then it will be in the emoji keyboard.
Why is
the
there
next
so many
time Apple or
bombs?
Samsung
They're like
updates
all
the software.
clumped
The only
up
thing about
over
that
there.
is that you have to write like a 10-page paper, and the process takes about 2 years. Surely no one is that dumb and patient so as to commit to the bit so hard for a video, and essentially what will only be a short snippet of a much longer video, and it would not be a good use of time. It would be very dumb, and no one in their right mind should do that. It's what I would have done if the official submission window for the year hadn't closed about a month ago, but just as well. I mean, it's not like I could come up with an original emoji idea. They've all been made. There's no way I could think of one that was funny and relatable and that hasn't been made before, and it could be very useful in very specific circumstances. There's no way I could think of one. An empty wallet emoji with flies coming out of it. That's the idea. Picture the scene. I'm about to go over to a friend's house, and the group chat suggests that we get some food. Somebody in said group chat asks if we all want to pitch in for pizza. I took a quick look at my bank account. I said, oh, interesting. I needed a lighthearted way to tell them all that I'm too broke and I'll simply starve. I looked, there was no emoji for that. Boom, empty wallet emoji. If this video gets 100,000 likes, I will write the 10-page proposal and I will submit it next year, and it will be in your phones by the year 2028. But emojis are far more than fun and cute pictures. They're a means for communication. Casper Wall, is that how you say that name? President of Oxford Dictionaries is quoted as saying, emojis are becoming an increasingly rich form of communication, one that transcends linguistic borders. In researching this video, I came across this old McDonald's ad wherein the whole thing is just emoji people? That's what you call them, right? I mean, what else yeah, that's it, emoji people. There's no talking in the ad, no nothing, it's just emojis, and it should be weird, but they convey emotions and it tells a story and it's kind of cute. I give it's a solid 7 out of 10 ad. And it was only at the end of the ad that I realized it was in French. And frankly, if it weren't for that last 2 seconds, I would have never known that. Because language, yeah, that has barriers, but everybody can understand emotions.
So crap.
I did too. And emoji's limits as a language in and of itself has definitely been tested. There is a book called Book from the Ground that is entirely told through the use of icons and pictograms, and it is surprisingly readable. The crying laughing emoji was somehow Oxford Dictionary's 2015 word of the year, and for a brief moment, there was a social media platform that was entirely emoji. No
Just
words.
came out of
You couldn't type
nowhere.
in any language
Okay.
except emoji. Even your username had to be in emojis. It was made by a dude named Matt Gary, And Tom Scott. Yeah, that Tom Scott. I would also argue that the use of emojis is very good for developing relationships. A bit of a stretch, possibly, but hear me out. What are relationships if not a constant stream of emotions? One's emotional involvement is exactly what separates companions from colleagues. You tend to get more emotionally involved with people you choose to keep in your life, as opposed to the people who just so happen to be in your life. And with that being said, who do you find yourself using emojis with more? Your boss? Or your wife? And there you go, that settles it. If you want to have more lasting interpersonal relationships in your life, you have to use more emojis. It's the only way. Causation versus correlation, I'm not familiar with those terms. In the book, The Encyclopedia of the Sciences of Learning, it says in part, studies have demonstrated that mimicry is a communication tool used to create and regulate social interactions and show others that you understand them. It can truly be called social glue.
Hold on, I'm taking a break. My head hurts. Shit. Risk of Rain? Wait. No, that's just the guy from Risk of Rain. Hold up. Oh my god, I was right, it is!
Glue, which helps to create strong ties and relationships between individuals. It's common that in social interactions we try and copy and imitate some of the mannerisms and quirks of the people we're talking to. I believe the scientific term is match the vibe. I thought that would be funny in my head, I apologize. Sometimes it's a conscious thing, but a lot of the times it isn't. Like, think, do your friends have mannerisms that you have caught yourself, like, doing, even when they're not there? For example, a friend of mine started doing this thing. I don't know if it's recent, but I started noticing it recently. When she disapproves of something, she goes, wait, hold on, you ready? And I just think that's really funny. Whether it's a tone of voice, a catchphrase, or a gesture, we oftentimes copy what our friends do, and they
Wait,
copy
what,
our mannerisms as well.
Dude, this is
Really
cool.
in some places, and it's not a thing of trying to steal your thing. It's really quite the opposite. It's like a whole imitation is the most sincere.
Alright, I know Risk of Rain, so I gotta
A lot of
try
people would consider it a sign of closeness and companionship. So when done right, this type of mimicry is actually appealing to people and can help deepen relationships. And this can be done in person or in text. Now, there was a study about this conducted by Christopher Newport University that essentially boiled down to, hey, look at these two random text conversations from strangers you've never met. In which scenario does blue bubbles seem more likable? And most people said scenario 2. Mimicking another person's style of communication breeds camaraderie, but it should be noted, this is not the same thing as a carbon copy. So in summary, you will seem more likable not if you completely copy someone else, but if you match the vibe. Now, I'm sure we've all had a lot of fun discussing our favorite little text message pictures, but the jokes are over now. It's time to get serious. Now, as we previously discussed, emojis are in their own way a sort of language. And what's the most enjoyable part of learning a new language? Memorizing an exhaustive list of grammar rules. Emojis have a loose and sort of unspoken set of rules, so allow me to clearly define them based on nothing but my own preferences and taste. Emojis belong at the end of messages. None of this at the beginning or scattered within the message malarkey.
Cool.
This lacks synergy. This lacks class. Only 3 emojis per message. If you need more than that, you're not doing it right. Go back to the drawing board and think out of the box, because this is not the move. This is not the way. If an emoji does not add to the emotion of the message, it doesn't make it funnier, it doesn't help it to be better understood, then cut it. It's annoying and a waste of space. I know it to be true, and I think you know it to be true.
Are you
as well.
playing TDS
You
for
cannot
chance?
use the
Because I
same
heard
emoji
the
back to
narrator's
back
voice.
over and over again. This lacks creativity and shows
I don't
over-dependence.
want
You're
to.
better
I'm playing
than
a
this.
fighting
It should
game.
not be your one go-to. Have a few in your arsenal and use them sparingly. All of this can be summed up with the following principle. Emojis are like seasoning in food. Use none and you'll be boring and bland. Use too many and you'll be overpowering and annoying. But if you find the sweet spot with just the right amount, it will be perfection.
Oh my god, this is so cool. Wait, I'm about to wait. Can I slam down? I'm gonna slam down. Dang it!
No.
I missed.
Haven't you been listening to anything we've been talking about? You know, maybe you can argue that's how emojis started. but as it stands, emoji are their own secondary language, so to speak. They
Okay,
can't stand
this
as
is
a
the best
language on
fighting
their
game
own,
ever.
like hieroglyphics,
W.
but they definitely are some way of
So what can I
communicating
buy?
with other people. And like any form of written communication, its rules don't always have to make sense to be accepted and understood. For example, which one of these is angry? And why? Why are periods an indicator of anger or upsetness? Why does proper sentence structures look weird in text messages? Why does one of these messages denote sarcasm and annoyance while the other one denotes good vibes and happy times? The world may never know. Communication is complicated, and you can give yourself a headache trying to standardize and rationalize every agreed upon part of it. Instead of doing that, just go with the flow. Stop using 4 emojis in a row and join the rest of us who are in the 21st century. Emojis, like any language, can change meaning over time. Meaning that terms that once had one connotation can today have a completely different one. I find this discord easiest spotted among different generations. Case in point, the thumbs up emoji. Thumbs up in the real world means nice, good job, I agree, something along those lines. And it can mean that in text messages, or the exact opposite. What's interesting is that the thumbs up would seem counterintuitive to be used in this message, but really it adds to the emotions of the message. That emotion being sarcasm. Now this is expert level usage, but an older generation does not understand such nuances. It's the same how when they announce something sad to the family group chat in the worst way possible. Yes, grandma needing surgery is a sad thing, but if you convey that information like this, I will giggle, and that's your fault. The sheer number of emojis that we now have and the growing number of them that we get each year is both a cause for joy and for caution, because we now have more options to convey our emotions,
Oh, got him.
but we also have more ways to lead to misunderstandings. For example, these texts have slightly different meanings. How so? I can't fully explain. It's so slight that if I actually tried to articulate why they're different, it would just come across nitpicky and redundant. But if you use these emojis frequently, then you understand that these are very slightly different. Sure, at their core they mean I'm playfully saying that I can understand the embarrassment of what you just said. But past that, what do they imply?
Why
Is
did I
this a
double jump
forced
like
laughter,
74?
or do you find this genuinely hilarious? Are you laughing with me or at me? Do you find this relatable, or do you think I'm dumb? Do you even like me? Like, this is stupid, right? And it's not that deep. Really, it shouldn't be. But if you're an overthinker or an overanalyzer, you get very anxious or you're very self-conscious, then these are probably thoughts that you've had
I
before.
give up. I'm not
How
even
can this
trying
be
to find that
solved?
anymore.
The solution is try your best not to read into things too much and tread carefully when you text others. That's it. Be wise. Be smart. Now, it would seem that all objections to the use of emojis stem from 3 camps. They're either too feminine, too lazy, or too casual. Now, believe it or not, but there is more than one Reddit thread in existence arguing whether or not men should use emojis in text conversations. That's pretty stupid. I feel like there are better ways people can be using time.
Playing like this fighting game.
And look, we're not even talking about a hard emoji.
It's like 20 plus characters.
We're talking like basic, like laughing and thumbs up, I think, even. Now, if I understand correctly, the issue stems from the fact that emojis, as we discussed previously, are all about expressing emotion. And also, they're very cute. And in what could be its own video topic, keeping up this facade of the manly man 24/7 with no room for error is a way of life that does not allow for such things. They're cute and they express emotion. That's 3 strikes right there. Look, I'm not gonna say that you should or shouldn't use them. Do what you want. It's not that serious. But I will say that if you don't use them because you're afraid to express emotion or you're afraid of how it would look to others, I think that's too mean for that to be a logical argument. Like if you think
shoot, just slammed him.
hinges on such a small thing, either they have a serious problem, or you have a serious problem with yourself. I don't think this isn't important at all. Like seriously, dude, if you want to use a thumbs up emoji, nobody should be having a problem with that. Now, in addition to this, there is also an argument to be made that people rely on emojis too much because they're simply not skilled enough to paint pictures with their words. Now, as I discussed earlier, I wrote this video for the past 2 weeks. There are a lot of nights that I stayed up late writing it, so I'm going to read a line from the script that made sense in the moment, but I'm having trouble perfectly interpreting right now. So again, my whole point was people think that using emojis is too lazy. And the next sentence was, Shakespeare didn't need heart emojis and emojis of women doctors to write Hamlet, so why do you need them when kindly explaining that Dr. Susanna Jacobs couldn't get your grandmother's heart to start beating again? Oh, a Reddit user had this to say on the matter. Using emojis instead of words may indicate that you either don't know how or can't be bothered to formulate great sentences. Hogwash! I think that argument is both irrelevant and misses the point. Because this isn't an issue of small vocabulary, you're not considering the context in which we're living in. You sound like a thesaurus on a daily basis. No, then why should your text messages? Should they not be a reflection of how you would be saying these words in person? You try and paint pictures with words as beautiful in books and poetry, but when I'm just like talking to you casually while doing something else, I don't want to read that. It's pompous and annoying. There is no better way to convey emotions in a brief and concise manner than the modern.
To be completely honest,
And
I'm not gonna be
leads
in
into
the
the
call.
last argument that emojis are
I mean, they're
too
doing
casual.
a completely different thing than I am.
That's correct.
So what's
I'd
the point
agree
of staying in
with
the
that
call?
statement. Yeah. What's the problem with that? Texts are casual. That's not 90% of my texts are casual. If it's serious, if there's something serious, call me. Talk to me in person. Don't send it if you can do otherwise. For the most part, text are for fun.
I mean, look, no
and
offense to
casual
them, they can play
conversations,
whatever,
and
but
I think that it's perfectly
I don't know.
acceptable for messages to reflect that. We're chilling
Kinda
here.
playing my own
We're
thing right
cool. I don't want to read eloquent and heartfelt stories in my iMessage. I just want
climbing
funny
ability. I don't even
and
know if this is
brief
supposed to be a climbing
and
ability. This
like,
could be just like a
clever
wall
emoji
hop.
combos. Those are always
I
fun. I
just
like seeing
fucked
that.
it.
So
Okay.
what have we learned
I
here
have to
today?
climb all the way
That
back.
people don't know how to shut up. That is to say, people love communication, and as complicated as it can be, amongst the
I
chaos
don't
and
wanna go fight
confusion, there is
somebody, but
often beauty.
I don't want to
and
be like
confusion.
interrupting.
So may the
a fight.
emoji live on in our screens and in our world. This has been a very stupid video about emojis.
Let me go to the main.
Good night,
menu.
America.
I don't know how much I have again. I don't want to get killed.
And also the other countries that watch me. I'm still getting used to that. There are like people in Germany watching me right now. Guten Tag.
How do I see how much I have?
Do you like yourself?
Wait.
Statistically,
What's AFK
probably
world?
not. And because of this, we often depend on other people to know how we should feel about ourselves. And this system does not work. Comparison is the thief of joy. Whether we're comparing ourselves to people we look up to and feeling bad about ourselves, or we're comparing ourselves to people we look down on and feeling good about ourselves. It's stupid, it's unhealthy, and we all do it. How do we solve it? Therapy, probably, but this video is free, and I've taken the liberty to jot down a few notes on the subject, so we're just gonna try this instead. Have you ever been on Instagram and just immediately had a terrible experience? An old classmate of yours is getting married. An influencer who is a year younger than you, by the way, is that an exclusive event? Or some friends of yours that you actually haven't seen in a while, so it's not like you're super close, but they're out at like a dive bar with some people that you don't know that well but want to be friends with, but you're not there. And sure, I guess technically I've never had a desire to hang out with you or these people in that setting, but now that I'm seeing it having played out and you guys
Oh,
are
there's a
smiling,
dash
yeah, I wanna
ability?
be there.
Okay.
So what? You don't even know what a dive bar is. You just know that I'm not invited for some reason because I guess I'm not in the circle. I guess, but I'm cool. I'm around. I'm on your close friends. What does that mean to you? That doesn't mean anything to you? Fine. I don't care. I'm sure we've all been there, and I didn't just describe any super specific scenarios that I've been through recently. That's something we've all done. We have the ability to compare ourselves to people like never before. Go on your phone right now, and in 5 minutes, you can find somebody who appears to be having a better life than you. And although they may not be doing something intentionally malicious, there's something about the constant glorification of quit your 9 to 5 and getting material possessions and selling a course that's like what, 80% chance of scam, right? Has anybody tried? It's they're taking your money. All of that can make you feel small because they seem to be doing great in life. What am I doing? Or have you seen like an influencer or creator where their whole thing is I have money? Whether they're doing it intentionally or it's the undertone of the whole video, like the message is this is entertaining to you poors because you'll never have it like I do. Now, I'm not saying that they all look down on me. Some of them
Wait,
are very
what is
chill
it
and
up
very
to?
nice and teach about money and spending and how to hustle and do better for
Oh,
yourself,
hold
and that's
jump
awesome.
in.
But the idea is that this is an interesting video because it's a spectacle. The lifestyle that I lead is both appealing and unattainable to most people. Now, some people will watch that and not care. Some people will watch that and think, that's true, I should hustle and do better in my life. And that's awesome. Don't quote me on saying don't work hard, that's a good thing to do. But there are some people who will watch that and just feel bad because realistically that's something they could never attain for themselves. The idea of comparing ourselves to people on social media is just riddled with inaccuracies. Now, the following statement is so obvious, it feels dumb to point out, but I feel it needs to be done. Most of life is mundane most of the time for most people. You wake up, you do boring stuff for 5 days out of 7, and then maybe during the end of the week, you calm down with 1 or 2 relaxing things. And that's it. That's the life course of, like, I don't know, 50% of Americans? I don't know. But that's not what you see on your feed. You see day after day, in and out without rest, young people and pretty people and more successful people doing impressive and cool and fun things over and over and over, which just leads you to believe, wow, everyone must be doing this except for me. Even though you also understand that most people work 9 to 5 and most people are in school. Like, you understand both realities and you somehow think both are true. I do it too, I'm not judging you, I'm just saying this is dumb. But you take this all in and you reach the conclusion that everybody is having more fun than you. And as much as this may feel the case, it isn't the case. For example, the next time a friend of yours pops up on your feed and it looks like they're having fun constantly all the time, go on their page, look at when they posted this recent post and when was the last time they posted their second recent
But I'm
post.
doing that!
Is that English? Yeah, that's English, yeah. Because in my experience, only about 5% of your friends, typically young women in their 20s going through their, quote, healing era, are posting multiple times within a relatively short time span. The rest of them are only posting, like, I don't know, every few months, maybe even once a year. I don't know. They're not on it that much. And when you check the date between posts, you can realize, wow, this person also has long stretches of time between post-worthy events. Maybe I'm not a loser, and I go out a normal amount of times, and I'm doing okay, because you probably are, all right? You're good. I used to think that when people posted on Instagram, they were only posting their most meaningful moments in life. Every time I saw them hanging out as a group and smiling and laughing, these were their cherished memories, their everything moments. So I would never post because I reasoned, well, today was cool, but it wasn't like that awesome. Everybody's leading such meaningful lives and I'm doing nothing. I must be a loser. Then I slowly started to realize, yeah, no, people just post things because it's fun. Okay, yeah, sure, like weddings and baby pictures, I guess, are meaningful, whatever, but
I just did it, okay.
People just
up till
thought they were cool pics and they wanted to share them with other people. Why are you putting so much meaning into this? Just post.
Okay,
I needed to stop assuming that everything everyone else did on social media was far more meaningful than anything I did. Because typically, it's not. You know,
you
want to look cool. You can do that and be lying. You could feel terrible and not be having fun at all. Nobody's gonna know. Great. Seeing as how we've tackled the main source of our problems, we can go on with the rest of our lives, no longer having to worry about this concept. We did it, guys. Yay! Oh. No. Have you ever had a friend that's perfect? Isn't that annoying? Like, obviously, they're your friends, so you're happy that they're doing good stuff. Like, that's amazing. Good for you. But also, stop doing it so much. You're starting to make me feel bad. Like, I feel some type of way in here. Like, and I know that I'm wrong for that. I can mentally, intellectually understand that these are wrong feelings to have. But emotionally, I can't get rid of them. Now, this is typically the part of the video where I relate a personal and funny anecdote that we can laugh about, and it relates to the theme of the video. However, there is no way that I'm going to publicly and willingly get on the internet and say that people I am friends with currently, their successes have made me feel bad. So instead, we are going to roll them all into one composite fictional character so I can tear them to shreds and not feel guilty. This is Amanda, and Amanda is the worst. As I was writing this, I had this thought, doesn't that sound like a Nick show from like the late 2000s? Amanda is the worst. It would get canceled after one season, but I could totally see it. Now, in reality, Amanda, she's a great girl. You love her. She's funny, she's creative, she always seems to have her stuff together. You know, she's a very emotionally healthy person, and we care about each other as friends should. But after a certain amount of time, I found myself thinking about Amanda a lot. How does she seem to have everything?
Oh my
She has
god.
great friends. She goes out every weekend. She has a job and a car and a budget. Like, what do you? Who is this? Was I living up to the standard that Amanda set? If she made a new friend, I needed to make a new friend. If she got a promotion at work, I needed to get a promotion at work. I heard she just moved out. Why do I still live with my parents? So because of all of this, I came to resent Amanda. And why? Because she was putting effort into her life? I guess, I don't know. Like, I understand that Amanda is a great person. She's a good friend, and I'm glad she's in my life. But there is something that just irks me about how good she is. Could you be a little bit worse? You're starting to threaten me here. All that being said, if any of my friends are watching this, she doesn't represent you. I'm talking about a different hypothetical Amanda. Yeah, it feels so childless, but you can't seem to shake the feeling. Amanda is doing better than you. And for some messed up reason, that hurts. Because this is crossing a line of obsession. You are obsessed with this person. Did Amanda get a promotion? I should get a promotion. Did Amanda get a new outfit? I should get a new outfit. Did she total her car? Am I kinda happy about that? No, yes, no. Okay, maybe not that extreme. Or, maybe more extreme. Some people really don't like their friends. You've allowed your worth and happiness as a person to be dependent on the actions of a completely different person. Their wins are your failures, and their failures are your wins.
Okay, kill me.
This
I'm dying.
is so weird of a dynamic to have. Because again, isn't Amanda your friend? What I think is going on here is that we're feeling threatened. Like, I'm supposed to be the main character. I'm in charge of this story. I'm the one who's supposed to have fun things and cool people wander in. I'm supposed to get into wacky situations and hijinks are supposed to ensue. But in the end, I'm supposed to come out on top and everything's supposed to work out for me. That's supposed to be happening to me.
So
what are you doing here? I'll tell you what you're doing here. You're trying to cramp my style, and I don't appreciate it. Like, just leave us alone, all right? This is my story. Why are you here? Everybody already thinks you're more
But
interesting.
I'm doing that. What?
Wait, why did I say that? Wait, do I feel that way about myself? Oh,
I'm so
no.
confused. What? Why is it not working?
Do you like yourself?
holding block.
Because if you don't, that's probably where we need to
And
start.
the parry's not
It's a lot
working.
easier to use other people as a barometer for how we should feel about ourselves because trying to learn how you feel about yourself
You see, that
is
should have been
lot
a
of
parry.
work. It's a lot easier to
But
let
it's
a bunch
not?
of other people to determine
What?
that for you. Case in point, do you remember
Okay.
in first grade how for some
That's
reason
just
being
weird.
able to run faster than anybody else made you better as a human being? But that's not even considering if you're the fastest. If you're the fastest in the class, nobody can tell you anything. For like 3 minutes during recess, everyone would just treat you like you were cool, so you would just feel cool. And as we all know, cool people have happy and fun and successful lives, so you can just trust everybody else's evaluation of you because their opinion holds more weight than yours. You don't even have to think about your opinion because everybody says you're cool, so you must be cool and you're gonna be happy and fun and successful. So just don't think about it, you're fine. But do you really think happiness and contentment as a person comes from being a little bit faster than Jason? This was a really good metaphor, which I will be explaining now. It is so easy to think that you'll be okay as long as you're better than the people around you. It means that your self-esteem and value as a person is dependent on the validation of other people. Now that may come easy to you if you're like good at stuff, but does that description sound good or healthy? And also, what if you're not good at stuff? What if Jason takes that loss personally, does some training, and comes back next week and runs the mile a little— children aren't running a mile— runs that 100-meter sprint from the grass to the blacktop a little bit faster than you, then your career is over. If one day, for whatever reason, people stop giving you praise and validation, then everything you feel about yourself that you think you're secure in may be gone. Meaning you're putting yourself in a spot where feeling okay as a person is completely in the hands of other people. And believe me, that's not a spot you want to be in. Also, think about this. As unbelievable as this may seem, there is somebody out there who is feeling bad about themselves because they're comparing themselves to you. I don't know, maybe it's a stranger on the internet, maybe it's one of your closest friends. The point is, there is something that you do that that person can't, and they are kind of jealous about it. How does that feel? Does it make you feel good? Come on, you be honest. We're all friends here. Nobody's gonna know. Just does it? Yeah. Come on. Really though, how does that feel? to know that somebody out there is really jealous of you and that they think that you're better than them. So really, I mean, aren't you a little bit better than them? And doesn't that give you reason to feel good about yourself? Think about it. I mean, I don't know. Because if that's true, I think we both know that's bad, right? What's something that you're good at? That you're really good at? You know it's like a craft or a hobby. People have complimented you on it. You kind of, in your head, kind of hold up your worth to how good you can do this craft. Like if somebody does something impressive, you're like, okay, sure, they did that, but can they do this craft that I do? No, I don't think so. What's that thing for you? Because I hate to break it to you, but comparatively, you probably suck at it. As gross and upsetting as the following message is, it is unfortunately very true. You are average. By definition, most of us are average. You are indeed like other girls. You don't do things that extraordinarily well. You're not different. There is just a person with all of your good skills and habits, and they're better at them. And beyond them, there are other people who have reached levels of success and prominence that you could only dream of doing so. You will never catch up to them. Sometimes I think it would be so much easier to just live on Earth alone, because then you would have no pressure to try and be better than anyone else. You could just be you with no strings attached. But we don't live alone. You live in a sea of other people's lives, each of which has at least one facet of life where they are more successful than you. If you decide to spend your life focusing on those individual facets that literally each and every person will beat you at, you will drown.
I do think the parry thing is kind of hard to do. I don't know why it's so hard, but...
Am I getting better at script writing? Because I feel like that was good. Was that good? The whole swimming analogy? I liked it. Did you like it? I thought it was good. Now, as much as we've vilified it so far, comparison, when used correctly, isn't always a bad thing. I heard Struthless put it a good way.
Comparison is just one of the many tools that we use to understand the world around us, and in and of itself, it is not harmful. If I take my hands and compare them, this one can draw, this one can't. Which one do I use to draw? The one that can. Thanks, comparison.
I remember this one time I was hanging out with Amanda and she told me she was thinking about starting a YouTube channel, and my response to that was, wow! That's... wow! Yeah. Why did I feel that way? Because I hadn't posted a video in like 5 months. So to see her about to do the thing that I've said I've wanted to do for such a long time, it reminded me, hey, bro, you're not doing what you say you